Hi, folks, and welcome to Awesome Chat Live. My name is JP Adkins. I am your host today. We are going to be talking about to Rain Carrington about what comes up. Right now, I'm just inviting her in. Give me just a second. Thank you. And while she's trying to get in, we're going to talk about her a little bit, as we always do about our guests. Rain Carrington started writing when she was just a teenager in Trinidad, Colorado, but didn't start writing male-male romance until much later. Through the years, many of her gay male friends told her stories of heartache and struggle to find the one. So she has told their stories, fantasies all about them and their future cowboy, fireman, banker, or policeman. When she found out a writing site that encouraged her to write them down, she started what was an adventure like she never had before. Her first story, Cabin Fever, about a young man searching for love and finding it wrapped in a member of a mafia's family, gained her readers who cheered for more. She knew then that she had found her place in the world to make stories of love and kink that not only her readers but she could get lost in as well. Rain now lives in Colorado Springs, Colorado, but has traveled most of the U.S. Her last road trip to San Francisco gave her character still coming out, no pun intended, in her newer stories. Rain has severe scoliosis, which makes it hard for her to do all the things she used to love, but it did give her the time to write that she never had before. She fights for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender rights from her home as best she can now, and keeps a close contact with her friends that fight on two good legs to point them where they should go. She is a fervent believer that one door never closes without opening another, so there are no limits she can get past. Of all the people in the world, no one has encouraged and supported her like her friends, many of them writers herself and her family. There is never a dull moment in her home where laughter is in the air 24/7, and everyone knows to avoid the computer screen when she sits in front of it. They never know what kind of beautiful man love they may see. Rain calls it research, they call it there she goes again. Hey Rain, are you there? Rain, hi! Welcome. How are you
Hi.
today?
Good, how are you?
Great, great. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. I really appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So we're going to start out with something really easy. What do you like on your pizza?
Bacon and onions.
Ooh, that's really good with some barbecue sauce.
No.
Now
I
I want to go. Now I want to go cook bacon. See what you've done?
love bacon. I love bacon.
So, what did you do before becoming an author?
Well, I did a lot of other stuff. Mostly I was a mom.
Being a mom is one of the hardest jobs in the world. Like I wouldn't say just being a mom. It's kind of difficult.
Yeah, it is. And it's still my main job, so.
That's that's awesome. I commend you on that. So why male books?
I don't know. I started reading them, and then I read a few, and it's like, oh my God, this is what I have to do. I've always wanted to write, but somehow that just struck me as what I wanted to do. I don't like writing about women so much.
Yeah, as I always say, you gotta be down with the squishy parts. Just don't do
I'm not down with the squishy parts.
that. So if I may ask you a couple questions. Today's worldview questions is about Apple releasing their latest phone. Are you someone who has to rush out and get the next big thing?
No. I don't even have a smartphone. I share mine with my daughter because I use it so rarely that I am not going to pay that much money every month. So I just use hers.
That is awesome. I wish I could get away with not having a smartphone. Do
I
you
use
find
my
it
computer on mine all the time anyway.
exactly? So, do you find that technology is helping you write better, or do you think it's hurting you?
A little of both sometimes. It's so easy to find words and to watch things that'll help you. It lets your mind work a lot less. And that can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. It takes away a lot of the creativity that you might put forth if you didn't have that.
Yeah, I found that taking this, I'm on a week sabbatical from Facebook, and taking this week off of Facebook, I realized how much I rely on Facebook. So it's kind of strange for me. Do you find that to be true for you also?
In a lot of different ways. It's especially for writers, it's a way to connect with our fans and it's a way to connect with other writers to get ideas and to, vent and everything. And when you don't have it, you're not quite sure of how else to do it. So I don't know. I've taken days and days off of Facebook before to actually sit down and write, and it's helped my writing a lot. But then right away, I've noticed that I've lost touch with people, and I have to go back in and talk to them. And like, oh, where you been? So it's it's a vicious circle. Facebook has become a vicious circle.
I have to agree. I have found that it's really hard for me to communicate with people because I don't even have email addresses anymore. I have to look up email addresses, and generally I've been doing that through the back end of this site, which is really interesting. Um, for the people that I've been trying to contact, luckily they're all on True Awesome also. So moving on to life's big questions. Ooh, what do you think happens when you die?
I believe there's an afterlife. It, I've seen ghosts. I've seen things that had no explanation. So I don't believe that a body just dies and nothing happens. There's spirit, there's a soul. I believe that. Whether there's a heaven or not, I'm sure there is something like that. But I am more along the lines of reincarnation, having past lives and things like that, because there's just some things that you have feelings about and senses about that you had no experiences about in this life. So where would you have got them from, except in maybe a past life?
That is awesome. That is awesome. I agree that there has to be some kind of way that we have lived before. So I'm not sure exactly how that works, but that is really very true. I don't know how I know some of the things I know,
Exactly.
or at least think
It's
I
just
know.
not pop. Yeah, more like it. Yeah.
So, what inspires you?
Oh, jeez, a lot of things. A lot of what inspires me actually is places that I've been. I mean, there's people that have inspired me, sure, but places that I've been, for some reason, I see a new place or I see in a place that I've seen a bunch of times, and that's what makes me want to write. I've got to get down what it feels like to be there and the rocks and the trees and the mountains or wherever I am at that time. And then I just put people in there. And I know a lot of other people say, oh, it's people, but for me, it's places I've been, experiences I've had.
That is really awesome. What's your favorite place that you've ever been?
Wow. Jeez, there's been a lot. I was raised in Trinidad, Colorado, and up in the mountains there. Well, actually, right by where I lived would probably be my favorite place. My grandfather owned a hill and a big area of land there, and when I was a little girl, he used to walk with me all through there, checking fences, and just I from the time I was 3 years old, I would walk there with him, and that was probably my favorite place. And then a lot of other mountain areas around there and stuff I love. I loved it.
That is awesome. Little memories. I remember growing up. My mother's uncle had a farm, and we used to go to the farm all the time. And I remember when I got the chance to actually sleep out in I don't even know what you call it, a carriage house, I guess. It was nothing more than a shed, but I got to sleep out there with my uncles who were older, and so I was one of the cool kids. I was one of the big kids then.
That
It's fun.
sounds fun.
It's funny how little memories like that uh, happen for you that you
Yeah.
bring back.
Oh, definitely. See, it's
What?
places that just get you.
Yeah, I have to agree. I have some places. I know recently you just went to San Francisco, not too long ago, and they there was a place in the on the university campus, and I was staying down there, and there's pictures of it, and I had just come from the Coit Tower. I came down the telegraph stairs, and it was just I had come down, and I looked up, and you can see the Coit Tower from where I was, and there's this really pretty fountain, and it was all really random, but it was just a nice place to be. It was
Hmm.
just a nice memory for me. Um, very inspired. So, what is happiness to you?
Hmm. Wow. Just being with my family, with my kids mostly. Playing with my animals. I love my animals. Camping. Love camping. That would probably be the happiest.
What do you find so inspiring about camping?
Jeez, it just reaches back into your primal self. You're out. You don't have walls around you. You can hear everything. You can smell everything. There's always a little danger. All the places I've ever camped. I mean, we're in Colorado and we go up in the mountains, so there's always a chance a bear's going to come and snag you up and eat half of your brain before you wake up and stuff like that. It's fun. I used to hike a lot, so I don't know. I'm a mountain girl. Everything about the mountains I love.
I find that I really enjoy nature, but it's camping is just not one of the things that I've ever done. I've had really bad experiences both times I've ever tried to go camping. Um, although I love camp, so I used to love going to
What
camp.
happened? You don't like camping? Did a bear try and eat your head?
The first time I went camping, I was fairly young, early like preteen. I was probably 10, 11, somewhere around there, and my youngest sister was just learning to go to the bathroom. So, and she's 24, so I can't. But she went and go to the bathroom in the woods. Um, it rained the whole time we were there. It was just nasty and horrible, and just not a good experience at all. Years later, um, I had a really nice, a better experience with it, but it wasn't. Yeah, still not.
You have to actually like that kind of stuff before you can really enjoy it.
I like hiking. I can see why people hike. I enjoy being out in nature. I go to nature trails. I do walk. like that. I'd like to take the dog. There's a nature trail close and local, um, but I just can't. No,
Well,
nope.
that's different than sleeping and eating out there in the dirt and all that stuff.
What is the best advice you've ever received
About writing or just in general?
in general in life?
Oh, wow. Um, Follow your dreams. Just keep following them.
Yeah, that's great. I've been I have heard that also, and it's been wonderful for me. So we have a couple questions for the 18s. Let me double check and make sure we don't have anything new that I haven't seen.
Okay.
Um, but the first one is Lorraine wants to know what advice would you give to someone who is just informed that they have scoliosis?
Oh, wow. Oh, usually it's earlier on in life that you get told that. So there's a lot of new things that they can do for kids that are harder to do for people my age. But if they're just discovering it at my age, um, keep trying to move, keep trying to. Don't believe everything the doctors tell you. I was supposed to be in a wheelchair by the time I was 30, and I'm still not, knock on wood. So um, just keep going as much as you can, move as much as you can, live as much as you can. That's all I've done, and so far it's worked out okay. I'm not in a wheelchair yet, so.
That's awesome. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Fine.
So Miss Joelle would like to know what's your favorite Jelly Belly or Jelly Belly recipe?
Oh, butter popcorn. Butter popcorn.
Yeah, mine too, actually.
I love that. Oh, God. I could eat a bag full of them damn things.
You have to have butter popcorn with the caramel. So it's almost like
Oh,
caramel corn.
yeah. Caramel's good too. Yes. The combination, yes.
Yeah,
God, now I'm going to be hungry for Jelly Bellies.
See, you started me on the bacon, so I'm gonna give you Jelly Bellies.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to go get bacon and Jelly Bellies. They're going to really be looking at me funny at the store. What are you making?
Have you joined in the boycott against Jelly Belly, given the CEO's donations against transgender people?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I thought I was boycotting Jelly Belly for some reason. I have a list of boycotts, so yeah, I thought, yeah, I haven't bought Jelly Belly for a long time. That's right.
Yeah, I haven't. I just haven't had the inkling to go and get any. I didn't even know there was a boycott. Oops, I'm
I
horrible.
just if they're against what I believe in, I just generally don't buy them. I haven't bought Barilla pasta in forever now. KFC has been on my boycott list for years. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I have a lot.
It's odd though. I find that sometimes they could go to it, that people can go to a little bit to an extreme on that. Recently here in Detroit, we had in Metro Detroit, we just had somebody, a teacher that was just fired for. She worked at a Catholic school. She signed her her agreement. I can't remember what it's called now off the top of my head. Um, Basically, that her morality agreement, and she she's been working there for 9 years. In those 9 years, she got married to a woman, and now she's having a child. And we found out about the woman, but they didn't fire her. And now she's having a child, and she got fired. So, do you think that? What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
Why did they fire her when she had the child? Because she was having a baby out of wedlock? I don't understand why.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. See, that's hard because when you get a job with someone that you know has those um, rules, it's kind of your own fault if they fire you for breaking them. I mean, I hate to say it, but if you've signed that agreement, then there's nothing much you can do about it. You can talk to them, you can try and get them to change their mind about stuff, but it's, oh, that's a tough one. I would definitely protest them and everything, but basically there's not a lot that she can do. I don't know. It's like here in Colorado, a lot of people, of course, smoking pot regularly now, but most companies still have the same drug-free policy. So if they get hurt or something and get caught with pot in their system, the companies aren't going to say, well, just because it's legal in Colorado now doesn't mean that we're going to let you go. A lot of people have still gotten fired, and there's lawsuits and all of this and that and the other thing. That doesn't mean the company's policy has changed just because the law changed in Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, for me as a company, I've been a manager, I've been higher up in the companies. I don't think my policy would change. It would be the same as alcohol, really. It would be on my alcohol policy. You can't come in to work with alcohol in your system. Why could you come in with marijuana in your system?
The only people, that they think, well, I smoked 3 days ago and it's still in my system, that there's nothing to distinguish that. That's why it's been so hard for these two states to come up with like DUI laws for the pot, because it's hard to tell if someone's stoned right then or if it was a day or two ago, because it stays in their system just the same for a long time. They're still struggling with that kind of stuff. So,
But hasn't this research shown that the effects of pot last longer also?
some of them say that, and some of them say that it doesn't. There are such conflicting scientists on both sides saying, okay, it does this and it does that. Oh, it's going to give you lung cancer. No, it won't. Oh, I don't listen. I don't listen anymore. I don't care. I don't smoke, so I don't care.
One of my clients is a fertilizer company that works for that is for the growth of marijuana. So it's fun for me to listen and hear what's going on in the other states about that. I will actually be in Colorado sometime this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So let's move on to what you're working on now. Tell me about your latest release.
Well, I've got two. I've got the fourth book in my Pishopa Creek Chronicles coming out next month, and I've got the first in my new series called Enchantment coming out. Enchantment, I've got set for maybe 4 books, and this will be the first one. And I'm like really excited about it because it's about New Mexico. And I love New Mexico. I was born there, and I lived right next to it most of my life. So it's kind of an overlooked state, and it's really overlooked as far as the MM genre is concerned. You hear a lot of Colorado, Texas, California. You very rarely hear about New Mexico, so I want to spotlight New Mexico and all the cool things there.
Oh, that'd be great. Are you self-publishing publishing them, or are they with the publisher?
Yeah, self-published.
Awesome. So they will be on True Awesome then.
Mhm.
Great. And next, what are you working on now?
I'm still working on that one. I'm still working on the first of Enchantment. It's
Awesome.
almost finished. I'm just taking my time a little bit with it. I want it just right.
I know that your A team is you're using as a street team. How's that been working for you?
I haven't got to do a lot with it yet. I went through writer's block, then a bunch of stuff came up here at the house, so I haven't got to do a lot of what I was supposed to do. So I need to get all that together. So I have a list a mile wide of the stuff I need to get done.
It's funny when like I said, when I took the week off of I'm in day 4 or something on the week off, and I have gotten so much more done not being on Facebook, but it's annoying me. It's like an itch. I start itching. I'm like, okay, I need to go and say this, and I'm like, no, I don't. Why do I need to do that? I'm so well trained.
Yeah, it does. It trains you. It really does. And I'm so mad at Facebook right now that I don't want to use it. I don't want to use Facebook anymore. But until everybody else decides that is same as me, then we're stuck with it.
I remember, were you around when MySpace was popular and the migration from MySpace to Facebook?
Uh-huh.
You remember how it really only took like a month.
Yeah, it wasn't very long at all.
It's like
It wasn't very long at all.
all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm on Facebook instead. Okay.
Well, Facebook was around for a while before, but MySpace was still popular, and I swore I'd never use I swore I'd never use Facebook. It's hard. I don't understand it. It's complicated. I didn't understand the whole. That's when it was the wall. You were writing on someone's wall and not their timeline, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't understand any of it. And MySpace was so easy, and you could decorate your page, and it was so cool. And then all of a sudden, MySpace. Oh my God, why are you using MySpace?
I always thought MySpace was a better profile, better system personally.
But there at the last, they started changing it. In fact, they started changing it to be more like Facebook, and it really messed it up.
Well, I think the biggest problem with MySpace was that it was too much spam. You were getting just in, undulated with spam all the time. Women, women wanting to date me. I'm like, okay, you obviously have not read my profile.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that. Facebook is getting almost as bad.
Yeah, it's getting there. Actually, and I think that's one of the things they're trying to clean up with this. You must use your real name thing. Um, but I don't think they're going about it quite the right way.
No, they're not. That's why I'm mad at them. A lot of people can't use their real names on Facebook. I've known several people that had to use their fake names because they were trying to keep certain people from knowing where they were, and still be able to contact friends and family. And for them to enforce it like that, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go for them. Especially when, it's for performers and authors and things like that where we use pen names. Why go after us when there's all kinds of people, who have obvious fake names that are being left alone?
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, obviously, I don't use my real name. I'm an author, artist, whatever you want to call me today. And but yeah, I just don't agree. I think their reporting is great. I think that they need to keep up with that. You can also report things here on True Awesome. We have a similar system, and I review things. And
Hmm.
just keep it kind of moderated, slightly moderated, instead of trying to do all that.
Instead of policing us like everybody on there is 12.
Hmm. The problem is that there are too many people that are 12 on there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What should I have asked you that I didn't?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I have the flu. I can't even think right now. I put makeup on just for you.
Thank you so much. I have had people that didn't have eyebrows, so
Oh God, they're gonna take one look at me. I'm pale. Oh, and she do my makeup. Actually, I didn't put it on. My daughter did. She was like, "Give me your face." Started doing all this stuff. Okay, just do it. Do what you gotta do.
well, you look amazing. Even if you don't feel very well, you look great.
Oh, thank you.
I really want to thank you again for chatting with us, Rain. I,
Sure. It's
um,
fun.
I look forward to talking with you again soon.
I love your plant, by the way. I keep
Thank
looking
you.
at it.
Actually, it's funny they just brought all the plants in the other day.
That's a
From
spider plant, isn't it? Because I see him crawling on your arm. I mean, on your
yeah,
shoulder.
yeah. I have the spider plant. The mint is probably just out of camera view. I
Oh,
have different kinds of mints, some basil, some oregano. Um, yeah. My herb garden just came in because I'm trying to keep it for the winter.
it's hard to bring it in, though. It's gonna. You really need to be careful when you first bring it in. It's gonna like freak out.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it'll be good in about a week or so.
Poor things.
So you can look in Rain's profile. I want to thank you again for watching today. For people at home, please take the time to comment below and buy one of Rain's books. If you'd like the opportunity to chat on Awesome Chat Live, please send me a message using the contact form under settings. And thank you again for watching. Till next time, be fabulous. Bye.